Very much. Back with us this morning is the president and CEO from Guardian Financial Advisors, Tony Hansmann. Thanks very much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Last month we introduced you. We got a little bit of what you think about the market, and you said it's typical that people come to you and say, man, I don't know what to do. My portfolio hasn't done anything in years and years and years. We'll get to that question in a little bit. First one, this is very interesting to me. A lot of people talking about gold. You see, we'll buy your gold places all over the place. They're popping up everywhere because gold prices are so high. This is the highest level it's ever been.
That's
Am I
exactly
right?
That's
okay,
right.
It's a precious metal, so one would think they're only going to get higher, right? Prices are only going to get higher, but you say maybe not.
I say, a lot of people are being pushed to buy gold and silver. It seems to be a very hot topic today.
Absolutely.
But what we want to be careful of is a lot of the infomercials late in the evenings. They're pushing us saying the gold's going to double, it's going to triple. Beware. Just be a little cautious about buying gold. We end up buying a little high, and we always end up selling low. So gold in the short term, it's done very well. I admit that. But over the long term, gold really has been low rates of return, especially after you subtract out inflation. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have gold. I think every diversified portfolio, it ought to have some precious metals in it. But what we don't want to do is we don't want to speculate. We don't want to speculate with gold. We don't want to time the market. So here's what I say about gold, okay? If you have emergency money put away, okay, if you have a second pile of money that's diversified, you're rebalancing, and it's meeting your objectives and your goals, and if you have a third pile of money, what I call your green money, your I know so money, this is money that maybe you're going to take in retirement as a stream of income, then great. If you have that core portion put together, then go for it. Take your excess money, take that mad money, go buy all the gold you want. But if you don't have that core foundation put together, the only gold you better have is probably around your neck and around your wrist.
Okay. And if you have a fourth pile of money sitting around, you can give it to me.
There you go.
By the way, this is an interesting one. A lot of people, I read an article just the other day. It said if you look back at the markets, a lot of people's portfolios during certain time periods, it has been very stagnant overall. Yes. There have been ups, but there have been a lot of downs too, and so basically you're breaking even at this point.
That's right.
What do you say to these people?
Well, they call the last 10 years the lost decade, and basically because people haven't made a penny over the last 10 years, or their portfolios are just getting back to even. So I just tell them, now it's time for a second opinion. I've seen a lot of people go down to the Titanic financially because they feel so loyal to their current advisor.
Right.
Learn the difference between what's a broker and what's an independent advisor. We're an independent advisory firm, meaning that we have all the options of products and strategies. So one thing that we have people encourage them to do is one of the reports that I love to do is called a portfolio pilot report. Okay. All it simply is it compares their current risk versus their rates of return that they've been getting, okay? Which hasn't been very much lately, right? So what we do is we take a look at it, and we're trying to take that risk, push it over, and get a lot less risk, and then get their portfolio back on track. Because what happens is when the market's down, they have a lot smaller losses, and when the market comes back up, only greater rates of return. So it can be the difference between retiring on time, Tom, versus having to get a second job going into retirement.
Okay, we have to wrap things up. I wish we had more time, but again, you can advise people. They can go to your website, www.tonyhansmann, that's with two N's at the end, .com.
That's right.
All right,
That's right.
Tony, thanks so much.